faces yet another problem as it tries to get its grounded 737 MAX fleet back into the air. The company now says some of its 737s, including many of the MAX planes, may have faulty parts on their wings that could fail prematurely or crack.
And here is a look at that part. It's known as a leading-edge slat track. U.S. aviation officials say a plane could be damaged in flight if it failed. Airlines have been ordered to inspect and repair it within 10 days.
And you'll remember the 737 MAX was grounded worldwide after 2 deadly crashes in less than 5 months' time. Let's talk about all of this now with Jeffrey Thomas. Jeffrey, the editor-in-chief of AirlineRating.com, a website that reviews airline safety, joining from Perth, Australia. Good to have you.
Well, George.
Jeffrey, look, given the track record of Boeing, this plane maker lately, it's obviously disturbing news for many people to hear this. How do you feel about how Boeing and how the FAA are handling this situation?
Look, certainly it's another black eye for Boeing at the moment, and it's not a good look. That's absolutely understandable from the travelling public's point of view. However, in fact, Boeing advised the FAA of the problem. It wasn't as though another airline discovered the problem or the FAA. Boeing discovered the problem. They immediately advised the FAA and their airline customers about the issue, which is apart from one of their supply chain. And they are in the process of fixing it. Now, this is being handled by what's called a service bulletin. These service bulletins are in fact quite common. There's a continual process in the industry of check, cross-check, and recheck. And obviously, as the aircraft get older, there's all sorts of operational issues develop, part issues develop, possibly early fatigue on some parts. And so there's a continual check, cross-check going on, and all manufacturers, Airbus included, and Boeing and Bombardier and Embraer, are continually talking with their customers, issuing service bulletins to check various things on their aircraft. And sometimes when they're very serious, the regulators then call for a airworthiness directive, and it has to be done immediately. This particular one has to be done within 10 days. It is serious. But, obviously Boeing are right onto it and their customers are onto it as well.
All right, for the flying public, though, you hear news like this. The question, how important is this particular part to this plane in flight?
Look, it's part of the flat track system for takeoff and landing. And the FAA has said that it could not cause the loss of the aeroplane. It certainly could cause some damage if it came away. We haven't actually had any incidents related to it. I mean, it was discovered by production line workers who said, this part doesn't seem quite right. Let's check this, and it was discovered. One of the things in the industry also that the public's probably not aware of is that they can trace every single part on an aeroplane right back to the raw material from which it was made, the batch of raw material. So if there is a problem, they can quickly identify that we know that 25 or 400 ship sets of this particular part are faulty, and we know exactly which aeroplanes they've gone onto and precisely where on that aeroplane they've gone onto. So it's a very, very robust system that's giving us this wonderful safety record that we enjoy in aviation. So the system is working.
Keeping in mind, though, this means that airlines that use these planes that have been affected, these airlines will have to cancel thousands of flights during the summer travel season. So surely this will come as a major disruption for air carriers.
Well, look, it may appear as that is the case, George, but in fact, my understanding and in the intro, the FAA said that airlines have got 10 days to rectify the issue. So these sorts of changes and rectification can be done overnight. And that's typically what happens, is the regulator will give airlines a certain period of time which to change the part out, unless it's in their view a dire emergency, in which case they'll ground the aeroplane, of course, as we know. And they've done that. They do that from time to time, depending on the seriousness of the issue. So my understanding is this will not be too much of a disruption, given the fact also that the MAX aircraft, a lot of them are they're all ground and this particular part is only on a few of the 737NGs which are still in service.
That's good to know, just to get a sense of how quickly this could be repaired. Jeffrey Thomas, thank you again for taking time with us. We'll stay in touch with you.
Well, yeah.